What you see on the screen right now is quadratic formula. And just a reminder, this is used to find where a parabola is equal to 0, right? Where a, b, and c are the coefficients. A, the coefficient of x squared, b, the coefficient of x, and c, the y-intercept. And I have a video about using this to find zeros, but in this video I specifically wanted to talk about what's called the discriminant. The discriminant is the part that is under the square root. And the reason the discriminant is useful is it tells us if there is a solution, if there's one solution, or if there are no solutions. So I want you to think about the properties of the square root. If I have a square root of a number, and you see here it's plus or minus, so if I ended up with a square root of some number, I would end up with two answers because I would have this middle of my parabola plus this answer and then minus this answer. So if b squared minus 4ac is above 0, a positive number under that square root, that means there are two solutions and my parabola must look something like this. I guess it could also be flipped up or flipped upside down, but it's got two answers, like that, two answers. If, on the other hand, what was under this parabola, or excuse me, under this square root was 0. So the square root of 0 is 0, and then 0 divided by something is 0. So you'd have this middle, and you'd add 0 and subtract 0. Well, if you add and subtract 0, you get the same number both times. So what that means is that if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, there's only one solution because you're adding and subtracting 0. So graphically, that looks like this. You've got one answer, and your parabola just does that. Now, the final piece is if this b squared minus 4ac is negative. Now, we can't take the square root of a negative number. And when I say can't, you kind of learn in algebra right away, oh, I get an error message or something. You can't take the square root of a negative. Now, as you go further in math, we have to revise that statement a little bit because what happens under here can lead us to what are called imaginary solutions, the square roots of negatives. But what we know is that there are no real solutions. So I'm going to write that down. b squared minus 4ac is less than 0 means no real solutions. I don't want to say no solutions. I'm going to say no real solutions. Now, let me draw that, what that would look like. Right below. So no real solutions means it doesn't hit. It's like a parabola like that where it doesn't actually ever hit the axis. So again, if what's under the square root is greater than 0, this leads to two solutions, two times where the parabola hits the axis. If, on the other hand, it's equal to 0, b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, that means because I'm just adding or subtracting 0, there is one solution. If b squared minus 4ac, that discriminant, is less than 0, I can't take the square root of a negative number and get real answers. That means that there are no solutions. We never hit the axis, okay? So that's the use of a discriminant. It gives us a very quick way to know, are we going to get answers or not? And again, discriminant just means the part under the square root. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe for more math help.